we had a really good idea coming in that Merez and Tommy were going to play together, and then probably have to do that a good amount. Mitchell's a load. He's a handful. There's no doubt that in the first plays of the game were, right there. We figured we had to do that. Unfortunately, we had a little bit of foul trouble. I thought Merez was fantastic. I thought it was the best game of the year. He had 4 offensive rebounds in the first half, and his energy was impactful. His physicality was impactful. But then I thought Draven came in and gave us a huge lift. We had KJ out, and we made a nice little burst with him in the game. So you get different lineups, you get different sequences of a game that you have to just kind of make do. And we played Trey a lot at the 4, which is something we haven't done a lot. But he did a yeoman's job. He did a great job, and Trey was, we're not sitting there not talking about him, and I think he was as impactful as anybody in the outcome of the game.
Brad, your post defense tonight, I think 8 of 20 on layups, 1-0 on slide, close misses, forcing tough ones. What did you see from your group? Again, that was rotating a lot. What did you like about it?
Yeah, unfortunately we committed too many fouls, because I thought we call them Mozgovs after an NBA player, where you just jump straight up and challenge, and we work on those. We have a 4-minute drill every single day that we do on those, and they seem to think we were fouling, but I thought our contesting at the rim was much better. I thought we did a good job of forcing them to see bodies in the paint. They didn't pass it out. We had a pretty good idea that they weren't going to pass. So once they got it in there, they were shooting it over whoever. But I thought we did a nice job in there.
Merez got called for a couple of those fouls when he felt like he was going straight up. What does he bring on the defensive end, and how does he impact that when he's on the floor?
Yeah, he's we're not asking him to do too much, but he's got great quickness. He's very quick off the floor, and then he's 260 pounds. And you combine that, and his growth on that end has been remarkable. The other thing that makes Merez great is he is an unbelievable communicator. He never stops talking. Our defense picks up with him in the game simply because of the energy he brings with his talk, and that's very impressive for a freshman.
Brad, you've talked.
What differences did you notice when Missouri went on their 11 run, and then when you guys were able to stop?
A missed layup, 2 bad fouls in the backcourt, which paraded them to the foul line. I think maybe even 3. I think KJ got one on an offensive rebound. He committed one after he missed the little layup. Those are you can't compound those moments in that time. You got to let the clock burn. You got to trust your defense. I love the shots we were getting. We got really good. I mean, Bam got a 12-footer. KJ missed the layup, so nothing strategically wrong. We had 1 shot clock that I think that we threw one up. But other than that, a couple bad fouls, and we got to grow from that. And they get one in transition because we run at the ball in the backcourt, and that is an absolute cardinal sin for us.
Brett, it looks like Kylan is your competitive and maybe emotional leader at times. How has he kind of established himself as a leader?
Yeah, he just, as I think these guys said, one, they go to war every day in practice, because I hardly ever play them. I don't play them together that much. I play them opposite each other so they can just exhaust each other and beat each other up. And we did that with Trent and Andres Felice and Io. So it's making each one of them better. But he's got 60-plus games of college basketball experience. He's a high IQ guy. He understands moments of the game, very similar to the group we had last year that understood those, and he's talking constantly in the huddle when I'm not, and he's right. He's finding situations, and when they went to their zone, we had a couple guys out of position, and he's out there quarterbacking the whole deal. So his competitiveness, he's always talking about getting a stop. He's saying the right things, and that's a guy that's a veteran, and darn good at it.
When you were putting this roster together this summer, did you know he was always going to be that for you? Or because, I mean, you've talked forever about doing things when the ball doesn't go in, and he was 2 of 12 today and still made an impact.
Yeah, and that's who he is. We knew defensively what we were getting
Okay.
with Kyle. We knew that side of the court was, you took another one of the better guards in the SEC today. He's been playing great, and Robinson and just non-impact. And we felt like we could really crawl up in him and pressure him, and nobody does that better than Bam. So, the leadership, the experience, we knew we were going to have to lean on that. But he just makes a couple layups and a couple clean looks at threes, and those days are coming. The adjustment is a first semester type deal, and he's going through it, Ben's going through it, Trey's been through it. Now we can kind of get to Christmas break and get settled in and be all right.
What do you see from JJ in those crunch time moments and then step up and make that shot today? That's it, it's you.
Yeah, it's just different. It's just different to be able to do that. He's like, Io got to that point. Io wasn't that way as a freshman, but he got to that point. Trent got to that point where you just want the ball. You're not afraid of the moment. You don't fear failure. You go to the gym at midnight after you get beat by the number one team in the country and you stay till 2. You put in 4,200 shots on the NOAA system that we have in our gym in a week when it's finals week. And by the way, he's a 4.0 student. So when you're doing all of that stuff, you tend to gain some confidence, and he's got a confidence of a swagger that's not afraid to fail, and that allows him to be really good in those moments.
What does he carry over from working in late game situations and practice to the final few minutes?
Yeah, I mean, it's one, they're huddling, they're talking, they're communicating, they're listening to us, substitutions, we were matched up better, we were talking, all those things happen, and I think we executed pretty well. We executed the end of the half pretty well, and got a great look. But we just got to keep hammering on those, and now we get some time to do that.
Coach, yesterday you talked about the optics of the event, but over the past 3 years, it kind of hasn't lived up to that standard past pregame.
Depends if you win or lose.
Yeah.
You got to be careful what you say there. When you win, the optics don't give a damn. That's a hell of a feeling when you beat a good team. But go ahead. I'm
So
sorry.
regardless, though, what does that mean to you as sort of a competitor having these close games with the rivalry tension seemingly restored in this edition of the matchup?
Missouri's got unbelievable history. They've got unbelievable tradition, and I have so much respect for programs that have that. Not everybody has that, and they can go down a long laundry list of accolades and successes, and the same with us. And when you get those two teams together and you get them in the unique circumstances, you get a crowd like today, which by the way ours was fantastic, and you create those things. And Dennis Gates a hell of a basketball coach. He is terrific, and he's that's an NCAA tournament team, and we're going to continue to play elite opponents like that every year, and the 4 other teams we played in the SEC and Oakland's and the really good teams in college basketball. That's the way we're going to choose to build our program. So it makes this game another game that is great for college basketball when 2 historic programs get together.
Coach, there's been times when you relied pretty heavily on the 3 ball. Do you feel like you're getting some more offensive versatility with straight line drives and post ups and whatnot?
Yeah, I think as much as we've relied on the 3, it's because it's what the game has given us. I think that they went to a lot of 5-man switching. Okay, I think we missed 1 free throw tonight. Good luck. Look what we've done the last 3 or 4 games at the free throw line. Pretty high percentage. So now you're going to pick your poison a little bit, guarding us. I thought we still had 4 or 5 opportunities we left out there with drives. We didn't go off 2 feet, and they blocked. But yeah, that's what we do, is drive it and shoot threes.
Brad, did
Will-
you feel, I know you got one more, but do you feel like you got what you wanted out of this non-conference? Got to see what you.
I don't know yet. I think we're, yeah, I mean, I think we're, you know, we would obviously like to win them all, but I understood also that we probably weren't. That's just the value of experience. I think that what I am pleased with is that, like, we didn't fall off the cliff. This group's got an unbelievable ability to just kind of move forward and learn, and they want to learn. And I've never been around a team that watches this much film. I've never been around a team that cares about each other as these guys. They don't care who gets it, who doesn't, and that allows us to grow, and we're doing that at a pretty high rate.
Brad Will is 2 for his last 23 for 3. How do you help him through that shooting slump that he's in right now?
Keep shooting. He's an elite shooter. He's going through a moment. We've had everybody in the history of this program has gone through a moment, and I just told him, I said, if I ever see you hesitate again, I'm going to be disappointed. I said, you shoot that sucker every single time you're open, and you know, I said, go home and come back, and they're all going to go in. And I said, it's just it's sometimes guys get in their own way. He's getting great shots, and you know, he's going to have a big second half for us.
Rob, was there a point?
This will be the last question.
Was there a point in recruiting KJ that you knew he was a don't fear the moment guy? Or is that hard to judge when you are recruiting players?
I had a pretty good idea when he was going up against other guys, some that are in this country now, playing in college, and he was always the MVP. He just found a way. And everybody can talk about everybody else, and all this kid does is figure out just how to get the job done. Maybe the greatest student of the game that I've been around. And so I didn't know that, but his work ethic is unmatched, and his care factor is so high. I didn't know all that, but I knew that what we were getting was a guy who wasn't afraid to be really good at really big moments against really good players.
Okay.
Merry Christmas, everybody.